Good morning and welcome to the VSA Morning Miner. It's Wednesday, the 14th of May. I'm joined by Paul Rankin. Paul, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you, and a nice, bright, sunny day out.
Indeed, it is. Right, following on from yesterday's Mexico precious metals, well, almost a special, really. Um, Avino have come out with their Q1 results.
Yes, that's right. Q1 results showing another record period for Avino with quarterly net income after tax of 5.6 million or 4 cents a share. That was also 10% or higher than the 5 million realized in Q4 of last year. Total revenues came in at 18.8 million, which was a 52% increase year on year, and the quarterly gross profit at 10.6 million was an increase of 352%. So the much stronger gold and silver prices on a year on year basis very much supporting the company here, as well as the first milling of ores being trucked over from their La Preciosa mine development there to the west of the operating plant at the Avino mine. Realized earnings were up. Pre-EBITDA was 9.7 million, or up 466%, and the cost per ounce also came down some as well, with cash costs at 12.62 US per ounce, and all-in sustaining costs down by 15% to just over $20 an ounce. So everything looking in the right direction here for Avino, and looking forward to the next couple quarters here as La Preciosa gets into further development with ore faces underground as they get the ramp down to the proper levels to begin extracting that ore body.
Yeah, and with the balance sheet improving so quickly, I think people will be looking towards how they grow the business further. They have got some different options to do that organically. Um,
Yes, like the mill tailings at Avino is a part of the development sequence in the next couple of years as well.
yeah. Um, Quarterly update from Amaroq as well.
Yes, that's right. Amaroq, the firm Greenland explorer, but also has brought the Nalyanak, or the former historic Nalyanak gold mine, back into production as well. It is also gearing up its production rates with the Amaroq plant, or Nalyanak plant, now hitting 250,000 ton, or 250 tons per day in processing on a relatively routine basis now. Now that is part of phase one restart of the mine, and phase two, which they would like to get done during Q4, would be to bring that production rate up to something between 300 and 450 tons per day. Otherwise, their group liquidity at this point, 23.4 million at the end of March, and working capital at 22.2 million. So they've got plenty of money here, in order, as long as the mine can performs with proper grades going into the mill, they should be able to uh, put a lot of sustaining cash flows from milled ores back into the business in order to keep the mine development proceeding as planned, as well as the rather ambitious field exploration programs across their wider uh, tenements in Greenland. So, also looking at good progress there with Amaroq. And they do have a hydropower pre-feasibility study has been finalized, so it will become a greener operation as well, with construction to start in 2026.
Okay. Well, in lithium as well, we've had an update from Lake Resources.
Yes, that's right. Lake Resources, which the board had made a decision several weeks ago that they would essentially prepare the company for some kind of a monetization event around the Kachi brine deposit there in Cajamarca province of Argentina, either around the depositor itself or even around the company, whole company itself. They have updated the MRE for the Kachi deposit, which has increased contained lithium by about 10% across its 275 square kilometers of permits. So it's now up to measured and indicated 4.2 million tons of lithium carbonate equivalent for a 25% increase there. And total measured and indicated rose by almost a million tons to 8.2 million tons of lithium carbonate equivalent, and a total overall 11.1 million tons over the license. They also, with these more recent two holes that they had completed, further met testing by their tech provider, Lilac Solutions, indicates a significant improvements in lithium recovery rates, which is very good to see too, because it was a stumbling block around the valuation of the company here in recent quarters. So, with that kind of improvement, it should look like a better operation for potential acquirers.
Okay. Anything else, Paul?
Just real quickly, the Scandinavian explorer Beowulf mining listed in Scandinavia and on AIM made two press releases today. First of all, a summary update on the status of their Kallak iron ore project there in northern Sweden. One of the key points there is, in consultation with communities, they have chosen as a best uh, result for mitigating impacts of transporting logistics of the iron ore concentrates would be a 43-kilometer pipeline for the magnetite concentrates. And then the other thing was a PFS release on their Graphentech subsidiary for the graphite anode materials plant. $225 million capex there, with a post-tax IRR of over 37% over 25 years. So definitely looking good in PFS, and the materials with the met testing also in the press release showing very good amenability for qualification or end use in batteries. So making good progress.
All right. Thanks, Paul.
See you then next.
This podcast has been produced and edited by VSA Capital. It is intended for information purposes and not as investment advice. The information is intended for recipients who understand the risks associated with equity investments in smaller companies. Please do your own research and do not rely on a single source when making an investment decision. VSA Capital may derive fees from this content and seeks to do business with the companies mentioned.